Protesters are out in force across the U.S. today. They're calling for change after several high-profile police killings. The biggest demonstrations are in Washington and New York City. Well, my next guest is right in the thick of today's protest in New York City. Lumumba Akinwole Bandele is with #ThisStopsToday. It's a group that formed in response to the Eric Garner grand jury decision. He's also the senior community organizer for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, and he is marching in New York right now, and he joins us live. Lumumba, take us there. What is the mood like on the ground where you are right now?
Well, right now we have, my estimation, about 10,000 people that are currently in the Chelsea area of Manhattan. We're now marching east on 14th Street. We left Washington Square Park about 45 minutes ago, and I'm told that there are people still in the park marching out. So you have a very vibrant, very energized, very disciplined, very focused groupings of people that are here to recommit themselves to this work.
Lumumba, I got to say, we've been watching video of the protests all morning. They are massive. Explain to us what exactly the protesters are calling for.
So there are a series of demands, and people can actually take their time to look at it at thisstopstoday.org. But some of the more specific things that people are demanding are an independent prosecutor to take over cases of police murders. What New York City and Staten Island, what Ferguson and St. Louis, Missouri have shown is that the current structure does not allow for the district attorneys to take over these cases and provide any kind of justice. We've actually been talking about this for a very long time right now, and that the idea that this particular demand is getting a lot of support is very important, very timely. So that's one of the demands, is the demand that the federal government do a very broad-based investigation on the patterns of killings of Black and Latino unarmed people throughout the country, that it has to be something that is taken from a federal level.
Okay, so you'd like to see an investigation. Lumumba, President Obama announced a task force to look at policing issues and funds to provide body cameras for some 50,000 police officers. And we already know that Staten Island police that are involved in the precinct of the choking death of Eric Garner are already wearing those body cameras. So what do you think of this initiative? Does it go far enough?
Absolutely not. The body cameras are only one possibility to deal with the issue of a police accountability. It does not go far enough. Part of what we want is community control and oversight over the police. Until our communities have the ability to determine leadership in the police department, determine how and when they are disciplined, this will continue to happen. The police do not fear any consequences when they patrol our communities. That must, have to, and will change.
Lumumba, I want to ask you, I think most people here in Canada as well have seen that video of Eric Garner being choked by New York police officers. Let me ask you, what was the moment when you thought, I need to do something? I need to start this group. I need to get involved. What was it that drew you out there today and to take the action that you're taking?
Truth be told, I was doing this work as a child. So part of why I'm really not surprised, but very pleasantly welcoming to this broader base, is that we've been calling for police accountability for decades. We've been organizing around the case of Luis Baez from 1970s, from Clifford Glover, a long list of Black and brown people who have been murdered at the hands of the police department. So I think we're reaching a crescendo now where people all over are saying enough is enough.
Well, it sounds like this was a moment then that you were ready for. And I understand this march that you are taking part in right now is going to end outside the NYPD police headquarters. What kind of reception, what are you expecting when you get there?
Well, I think the better question is, what are they expecting? we expect the usual police response. The police leadership has given some very unsatisfactory responses to our demands. The idea of increasing police community relations, to have more conversations, are very much incomplete. We are talking about community oversight. So will they welcome us? I'm sure not, but that's not our concern. they have to deal with the thousands of people that are demanding right now that they be held accountable to the communities that they patrol.
Well, Lumumba, I want to thank you very much for giving us this unique perspective on the march, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and you could use the support from Canada, so please check out thisstopstoday.org and spread the word. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's Lumumba Akinwole Bandele. He's with #ThisStopsToday and is also the senior community organizer for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund.